On June 8, 2025, Colombia was shaken when conservative senator and presidential candidate Miguel Uribe was shot in the head during a campaign rally in Bogotá. The attack, caught on video, revived painful memories of Colombia's history of political violence and cast doubt on the nation's security. Uribe, a vocal critic of President Gustavo Petro and a leading opposition figure, remains in critical condition after emergency brain surgery. His candidacy had become a rallying point for those dissatisfied with the current administration, making the attack a blow to both his family and the democratic process. The incident has reopened old wounds from the era of political assassinations, reminding Colombians of the fragility of peace. As the nation waits for updates, the attack stands as a stark warning of the dangers still facing political figures in Colombia. The country now faces urgent questions about the safety of its democracy and the future of its political landscape. Police quickly arrested a 15-year-old boy at the scene, identified as the shooter in videos circulating online. The suspect, now in custody, has sparked debate about youth involvement in violence and the recruitment of minors by criminal groups. Attorney General Luz Adriana Camargo leads the investigation, which is probing whether the teen acted alone or was manipulated by larger forces. The law's treatment of minors as both perpetrators and victims complicates the case. Meanwhile, Uribe's lawyer has sued the National Protection Unit, alleging repeated failures to strengthen Uribe's security despite clear threats. This lawsuit has exposed serious concerns about the effectiveness and impartiality of Colombia's protection services for political figures. The investigation now centers on whether bureaucratic negligence or deeper issues left Uribe vulnerable, raising alarms about the safety of all democratic leaders. The attack occurred amid rising political tensions between President Petro's administration and the opposition. Petro's confrontational rhetoric and mass protests have fueled polarization, with critics arguing his language has contributed to a hostile climate. After the shooting, Petro condemned the violence and called for unity, but many saw a contradiction in his previous combative tone. Hundreds gathered outside the hospital for vigils and protests, some blaming the government for the toxic atmosphere. The event has deepened divisions, with fears that Colombia could slip back into the cycle of political violence that haunted its past. Analysts warn that the attack is a sign of deteriorating security and a reminder that progress remains fragile. The nation is left grappling with mistrust, anger, and the urgent need to protect its democratic institutions. The attempt on Uribe's life is a wake-up call for Colombia to address its political discourse and public safety. Leaders across the spectrum must lower the temperature and reject rhetoric that fuels extremism. Ensuring the safety of all candidates is essential for democracy. The failures in Uribe's protection demand a thorough review. The public's faith in protective institutions must be restored to guarantee free and fair elections. This tragedy could either deepen polarization or inspire a renewed commitment to peace and dialogue. The coming weeks will test Colombia's resilience and its leaders' willingness to unite for the nation's future. The hope is that this crisis will lead to a stronger consensus around peace, security, and civility in public life.